Welcome to Manchester United Daily Updates. Before continuing this video, click the like button and subscribe to the channel to stay updated with the latest news from Manchester United. Can Man United recall Jadon Sancho? Transfer explained after another superb Chelsea display. Jadon Sancho has enjoyed his start to life at Chelsea after joining the West London club on loan from Manchester United in the summer, but could he return to Old Trafford in January? Manchester United loanee Jadon Sancho produced yet another impressive performance in a Chelsea shirt during their comeback 4-3 win over Tottenham on Sunday. The 24-year-old, who joined the Blues from United on loan in August, has scored twice and provided 5 assists in 10 matches so far this season. And one of those goals arrived as the Blues came from 2 down to beat Spurs at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. With Enzo Maresca's side trailing 2-0, Sancho pulled Chelsea back into it with a fine solo effort. The winger jinked inside onto his favoured right foot before curling the ball into the far corner. It was a fine finish from Sancho, who had the confidence to beat his marker on the left and try his luck from 25 yards as his rasping low shot kissed the post before hitting the back of the net. Sancho also scored in their 5-1 rout over Southampton on Wednesday and now has 2 in 2 matches. There has been some talk over whether United could recall Sancho in January. The former Borussia Dortmund star fell out of favour under Erik ten Hag following their bust-up at the start of the 2023-24 season, but now Ruben Amorim has replaced the Dutchman. Could there be a route back at Old Trafford? Unfortunately for United, Chelsea have an obligation to buy Sancho if they finish 14th or higher in the Premier League, Manchester Evening News understands. Depending on where the Blues finish, United would pocket between £20 million and £25 million. Right now, Chelsea sit second after 15 matches and Enzo Maresca's side could battle for the title, let alone think about finishing in the European places. With the Blues 17 points ahead of Everton in 15th, it would take a miracle for United to keep Sancho beyond the end of the season. Although it hasn't been confirmed that United do not have a recall clause in the loan contract, the fact there is an obligation to buy clause inserted would make it unlikely for Sancho to return to Old Trafford, even if it was possible. It means that Sancho is now destined for a permanent move to Stamford Bridge. Sancho has cemented himself as a first-choice Chelsea Premier League starter since his move from United, and he is thankful for everyone at the Blues for how welcome they have made him. From the very first day, Chelsea made me feel welcome, Sancho told Premier League Productions. I know I have a lot of people to prove wrong, and I'm just working hard every day in training. When I get my opportunity, I try to show what I can do. Today, I am happy that I scored and helped. Pogba offer confirmed amid Man United return rumours. Paul Pogba has at least one concrete offer to return to professional football amid claims that he could be on his way back to Manchester United. Pogba has been banned for taking a performance-enhancing substance since August 2023, and though he will not be able to return to action until an 18-month ban has been served in March, he has been given the green light to return to training in January. This has led to speculation over where the 31-year-old World Cup winner might play next. Former Manchester United striker Louis Saha claims that he has heard rumours that Pogba could be on his way back to Old Trafford, yet the former Juventus midfielder has been offered at least one opportunity in his homeland. Marseille midfielder Adrien Rabiot says that Pogba has been invited to play at Stade Velodrome under Roberto De Zerbi. Speaking to DAZN, Rabiot, who was a teammate of Pogba at Juve, said, "I would like to play with Paul. We had the opportunity to rub shoulders quickly at Juventus. We didn't have too many opportunities to play together because he had a lot of problems. I was very disappointed. We are definitely inviting him to come and play at OM. What we are putting in place is really very important. There is a real dynamic, it is very professional, from the players to the coach and the management. There is real ambition. If he wants to come, we would have him with great pleasure." Marseille, a realistic destination for Pogba? Marseille have been ambitious in the transfer market in recent months and have not shied away from signing controversial players. De Zerbi's side, for example, snapped up Mason Greenwood from Man United, despite the forward having been accused of attempted rape, engaging in controlling behavior and assault, charges which the player vehemently denied and were ultimately dropped. Pogba could, therefore, be a legitimate January transfer target for a Marseille team second in Ligue 1, 5 points behind PSG. Dan Ashworth given Man United Golden Boy departure verdict after controversial Newcastle exit. The former Newcastle United sporting director has left his new job after 5 months. Newcastle United's former sporting director, Dan Ashworth, has left his job at Manchester United after just 5 months, and Chronicle Live readers in our comments section have had their say on the matter given the controversial manner in which Ashworth left Newcastle earlier this year. Manchester United pursued Ashworth thinking that he would be the one to herald a new era of sensible transfers at the once feared North West club. Since the start of his short time in Manchester, the club have been criticised for giving former boss Erik ten Hag a contract extension before making the decision to sack the Dutchman last month, coinciding with a disappointing summer transfer window. The Red Devils are now in the bottom half of the table, with the arrival of new manager Ruben Amorim failing to give the team a new manager bounce. Ashworth has left the club by mutual agreement, according to a statement. Chronicle Live readers have now had their say, claiming Ashworth abandoned a good long-term project at Newcastle United. Commenter MagWest49 says, "Not quite the golden boy people thought then, what goes around comes around, karma and all that." Reader Agile75 added, "His reputation is shot. Imagine employing him now to oversee a long-term project, with 4 jobs in 3 years on your CV." Blubber agreed, they said, "Amorim can do things his way at Old Trafford. That may be wrong, it may be right. Eddie Howe can't do things his way at Newcastle. That may be wrong, it may be right. But doing things Ashworth's way can lead to disaster." Jolid's jokes, kudos, Agent Ashworth, well played sir. Easiest pay packet you will ever earn. Only reason to join Man U nowadays is the inevitable severance package. Save2 says, "Not turning back the clock to the days of Harry Bassett management, but I have to wonder whether grafting corporate management structures with directors of this and that, chief execs, and senior assistant technical whatsits really works. Jim Ratcliffe must be embarrassed as hell." Timbuktu added, "Set for life by walking out on Brighton, NUFC and then sacked by Man U, all in the space of a couple of years. DUF seems to be one of the greatest non-jobs on earth." Ruben Amorim, to let Paul Pogba return to Man United training as free agent up for transfer. It has been claimed Paul Pogba is set to return to Manchester United training in the near future and the Red Devils may make a move for the player who is a free agent. A bombshell return to Manchester United might be on the cards for Paul Pogba. The French midfielder proved to be an expensive flop during his second spell with the Red Devils after a record £89 million move, before his switch back to Juventus in 2022. But after he was slapped with a hefty doping ban, reduced later to 18 months, Pogba's Juve dreams crumbled, leading him to cut ties with the Italian giants. Now former United striker and countryman Luis Saha says he believes the World Cup winner could sign for the Premier League giants for a third time, under new Portuguese manager Ruben Amorim. He told Casino Uten Spelpause, "I've heard some rumors that Paul Pogba will be offered the opportunity to come back and train with Man United in the new year, and I think that would be a great opportunity for Paul." Saha added, "He needs to get back to his best level as quickly as possible, and training with top players will help him to do that. I think he would be thrilled to have the opportunity to go back to the club. I also think that Paul Pogba is still a very special player. When you think about midfielders, Pogba has unique qualities," reports the Express. United are currently slumped in 13th place in the Premier League table, after Amorim's latest defeat at the hands of Nottingham Forest. The new manager has won just 1 league game so far, a 4-0 trouncing of Everton, after suffering defeats to Forest and Arsenal, and drawing against relegation battlers Ipswich Town. Saha said, "I think the United squad lacks power in the midfield, and we're missing a skillful player that can play box-to-box, so he would be a good addition to the United squad, because he's a different profile of player to what United have. Saha is pushing for Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos to snap up Pogba before any other top-flight teams make their move. He added, "When I look at Pogba, I think that many teams in the Premier League would find signing him as a free agent an attractive proposition. Forget about the salary, I'm sure Paul is ready to find a compromise on that as he wants to play football again after such a long time on the sidelines. When I think about Pogba, there are more positives with signing him than there are negatives, and I think he's a player that should interest Manchester United in January. All the top clubs in the Premier League should see signing Pogba on a free transfer as an amazing opportunity. That's how I see it." The Red Devils are gearing up for their next challenge as they prepare to take on Victoria Plzen in the Europa League on Thursday night. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video with more Manchester United latest updates.